Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Rolling on a Budget. Today I'm going to be going over my February budget. As of right now, it's the 27th of February, but I don't really buy much stuff at the last week of February, so I can close out my budget a little bit earlier. So I'm going to be going over my budget and kind of closing it out, and so you guys can see the numbers. So I have a bunch of formulas in here that I use. I'm still tweaking this. I usually do it on paper. However, this is my first month doing it digitally. I kind of want to transition into doing it online and spreadsheets just because I feel like I do waste a lot of paper doing my budgeting, but I feel like I needed that for the first 9 months for me to actually get hooked onto budgeting with pen and pencil to the paper. And I think that's a really good step if you're new to budgeting and trying to figure out your categories and how much you spend and you're tracking how much you're spending. I totally recommend doing it on paper. But I think I'm kind of getting to the point now where I'm pretty good with my budget. I'm pretty strict with myself where I think I can go digitally with it. So for February, I still did it in paper and I did it online because I wanted to do both to see how I was doing tracking it. And I really liked the online because on my hands in my phone, I can just easily go in and type in things I spent. It was just really nice. I didn't have to wait to get home to write it down. So I found it pretty useful. So I think I might be moving more towards this in March. So if you like this video today, give me a thumbs up or comment if you do it online in a spreadsheet form or if you do it on paper and what works for you. And don't forget to subscribe also for more videos, but let's get into it. So again, I get paid once a week. With me and my husband's jobs. We work together, so we get paid the same week for that, and then he has another job that gets paid on the opposite of week for our main job. So our first week, and I actually budgeted this wrong. It was supposed to be 56, so 66, but that's okay, because that's what I'm budgeting. That's not my actual budget. So really, we got paid $2,256.71, and then the second week, $220.93. Third week, $2,256.71. And then the fourth week, we got $208.50. So I have this fifth week in other income. First, I didn't put this and I was like, oh, I need another line. This is just in case those weeks that we have an extra paycheck or I'm rolling over money or I sell macaroons and I make some money off that. Just kind of whatever extra income I want to budget into my budget. So these right next to it tells me what this money is. So I rolled over $124.52 from January. And this is mainly to cover the first week expenses until I get paid that first week in that month. And then I made $7.16 from Facebook Pay from selling some stuff around the house. And then last night I got my tax return. Yay! So I got $2,000. Oh, that is wrong. Let me change that real quick. One too many zeros. There we go. $2,120. And you're going to see this. I put it straight into my savings. Now I do actually have a plan to spend this money as much as I don't want to spend it. Life happens. Things come up. We are homeowners and things break and things need to get repaired. So a few months ago, we found out we need to get a new drip system for our landscaping. The guy that owned this house before thought he could do it himself and did the whole back and front yard and did a really bad job. So everything's been breaking. We get leaks all the time. And for those of you who don't know, I live in Arizona and I'm not going outside in the summer to go water my plants. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not that person. So it's important for me to fix that. So this money I put in my savings, but probably next month or the following month, I do have plans to spend that money. And I need to get some rock in my backyard and fun adult stuff, I have some agave plants that I want to get rid of to get some cactuses. What? Yeah. But that money's already has a plan. But for now, it's in my savings. So my savings looks pretty nice, though. So a total for February, which is way higher because my tax return than I thought, is $7,194.53. So I have this spreadsheet set up pretty cool where I put a bunch of functions into it. So I really don't have to do a lot of math, which is kind of nice. I'm still tweaking it and kind of getting it to where I want to be. Right now, I'm not a fan of the format. So I might change that later, but for now, this is okay for me. So then I dropped this amount here. So this is the sum of this one. So with these formulas, I just dropped down my total income I made right here, subtract my total expenses for the month, which is added up here, which we'll go over in a minute, and this is what I'm left over with. So I have my categories all labeled over to the right-hand side. So the left-hand side just shows me the colors for which one is which. So savings is green, envelopes is this like pink, dark kind of pink color, utilities is orange, my debt is this light blue, and my debt is my car payment and any extra payment I put towards my car. Any insurance, oh shit, which is like my unbudgeted money that I spend because things do happen. This navy kind of blue, little light navy blue, is my wants. So just extra things that I don't necessarily need in life. It's just stuff that I want, right? Because we're human. This yellow gold color is my pets, and then this darker blue is my transportation, which is just gas, really, for my car. So let's look over here on the right. I have 4 different savings kind of going on. I have my savings, which is just like my emergency fund, my Morgan Stanley account, my Ally savings, and then my husband's Roth IRA account. So these are the amounts I put in. Now see, I budgeted 0 to go towards my emergency fund, but I got that tax return money, so I threw a big amount over there. But like I said, I already had plans for that. I'm just going to keep it in my savings so I don't spend it in my checkings for now, though. $50 towards my Morgan Stanley, $200 towards Ally savings, and then my Ally savings has buckets, which is really cool. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's really awesome. So essentially, it's one big savings account, but I can break it down to smaller accounts. So like I have a pet emergency fund, a car emergency fund, and then I have one called family. So we're planning a family trip, so I want to save up money for vacation. And then I put $100 towards my husband's Roth IRA account. Envelopes, I put $165 every month in my envelopes, and that's various different things like groceries, household, my HOA, my trash bill, pet. I have a pets one, which is like if I want to buy them toys or doctor appointments, stuff like that. And then my electric bill is actually way less than I expected, so $170, and same with my water bill is only $100. However, my gas bill went up because it's winter. We've had the heater on a little bit. So that went up from $40 to $69. So I highlighted it red because I was overboard. Now, I should have highlighted my savings, but to me, that's not bad to be in the red for savings. So I highlighted green because I think it's a good thing. My Ring doorbell is $328. My phone bill for me and my husband is $97.65. Internet, $45. My mortgage is $1,331.66. I do pay extra towards my mortgage, and that's including the extra bit. So I think really my mortgage is like $1,200, and so I pay a little extra on it. Debt, I was able to throw $1,225. Yes! My husband's life insurance, $36.05. My car insurance is $128.81. My life insurance is $28.57. And then we have like appliance insurance. So if my washing machine breaks down, I call someone, I just pay like $75, I think, or $100 for them to come fix it, and they pay for the rest of it. That's $53.99. And then, oh shit, I was so close to not spending any money in my oh shit category. I was so close, guys. But I didn't have enough to pay for my taxes, to file for my taxes. So I do have an envelope for my taxes. However, I started doing that like a few months ago. So I didn't have enough saved up yet to pay fully. So I did have to pay $51.96 that I didn't have in cash for my taxes. Roller derbies, $25.75. Hulu's $215. And then the joint, which is the chiropractor, is $69. So I did pretty good in my wants. Another 2 reds. So Chewy. That is for my pets. I order cat litter, cat food, dog treats, cat treats, stuff like that online. And then it just shows up at my door and it makes my life so much easier. Usually I only spend $100 a month. However, that is going to start changing now. We found out our dog, he's been really, really itchy lately. So we gave him a food allergy test or an allergy test. And this poor dog is allergic to everything. So I had to find a kind of expensive dog food that's going to help him. And he really likes it now. And he's doing a little bit better now. He's not itching as much. So in a few weeks, he should be good. But because of that, our food bill for the animals are going to go up a little bit higher because he has to eat that. And if he's eating that, my other dog has to eat that food too, because they don't eat separate foods. They won't do that. So starting next month, I'm probably going to budget in $150 instead of $100 because his food is a lot more expensive than the one he was on prior. So I am in the red for that, but that's okay because now he's happy and healthy, so that's good. Car gas, I spent $154.34. Usually I only budget $120. I knew I was going to be in the red for this because we went to Vegas this month for a weekend trip, so I kind of already knew I was going to be. So that's fine with me. I don't mind too much. So the way I do for my gas is I write it out to the side, all the times I get gas and the amounts here, and then they all add up to this amount right there. So the total for bills, savings, everything I spent, any kind of expenses for February was $7,059.93. So lots of money spent, lots of money saved though, which is good. So let's look at my categories and how I pretty much lump up the right side into this category. So for my savings, all four of those categories go into here. I budgeted $350, but really I saved $2,477.16. So obviously I was over, but that's still green to me because it's savings. So I saved 34% of my income this month, but it's because of my tax return. Envelopes was 12% of my income, which stays the same. Utilities, I was $22.32 under, which is good. That was 25% of my income spent. Debt, I was only $85 off, and I saved 17%. That was 17% of my income was towards debt, which is awesome. Insurance, I was under $1.58, which was 3.44% of my income. Oh shit, $51.96. March is going to be my month where I have no oh shits, guys. That was 0.72% of my income. My wants, I was off by $2.10. That was 1.35% of my income. Pets, I was over $25.47, and that was 1.74% of my income. And the last one is my car gas. I was over $34.34, and that was 2.15% of my income. So total that I spent of my income coming into my bank account, I spent 98.13% of this. So I do have a little bit left over, but like I said, I write it right here that $134.60 will go over to my March budget. And so in March, you'll see that up here saying rollover from March or from February, a certain amount. So yeah, I'm kind of transitioning into doing it online. I kind of like it a lot because I can easily do it on my phone. Like I said, when I'm at work and I see that a bill gets taken out, I can easily just go in here, type it in, and I can either highlight it green or red if it was over my budgeted account or budget amount. So I really like it. I don't know. I might do handwriting it out and this next month one more time just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly, that I'm staying current with it, that I'm not getting too behind on it, because I do like the pen to paper method. But yeah, so we'll see about that. All right, guys, so that is my February wrap up on my budget. I'm pretty proud of myself. Like I said, I was really upset I had to use that oh shit money for my taxes, but I'm still pretty proud of myself for putting a lot of money towards debt. I got that chunk of money for my tax return to go towards savings, for some home repair stuff. That's the joys of being a homeowner, but that's fine with me. Honestly, where I live, it is literally cheaper to have a mortgage than it is to rent out here. It's so expensive to rent out here, so that's kind of why we bought a house, actually. But yeah, that's a wrap on my February budget. If you want to see more stuff like this, like I said, please tell me in the comments below if you would rather have me do it digitally, like on a spreadsheet like this, or if you are a pencil to paper kind of person, and what works for you for your budget and keeps you on track. So I want to talk for a few minutes about just like my life, my financial life, my debt and stuff like that. So if you're new to my channel, and this channel is only like a month or two old. So just to get to know a little bit more about me and my husband. So I am 22 years old, almost 23. So I'm fairly young. When I graduated high school, I got married to my husband the day after I graduated high school. So I was 18. We got married pretty young. And we moved to Vegas to go to college. And that was the first time we were kind of like off on our own. So I knew prior to marrying my husband, we were both on the very same page of we didn't want to take out any student loans. It was a huge deal to us. We saw a lot of people drowning in debt from student loans. So at least we were smart enough to realize like, hey, we don't want student loans. So we decided to pay college as we went for my husband. I had a pretty good scholarship, so mine was pretty taken care of. But for him, we decided to pay cash as he took classes. So it did take him a little bit longer to get his degree. However, we have no student loans from it. So in our eyes, it was well worth it to have no loans for college. And I highly recommend if you can do that because student loans is just horrible. However, I thought I was pretty good with money because I knew that. I was pretty good about saving money and not spending a lot of it. But I quickly fell into the consumer debt without kind of realizing it. I was like, oh, I'm doing good. I don't have student loans. Maxed out a Kohl's credit card because I thought that was normal. I thought that's what you guys do, like you get an apartment and then you go buy all the stuff for it, right? You need stuff for it. So I maxed out Kohl's credit card really fast, got new phones for me and my husband. And I think that was like, I don't even know how much that was. We got a new car, a nice car. So we quickly became into debt fast. And before we knew it, we were at about $23,000 of debt between that. And so in May of last year in 2020, I was on Instagram or Facebook or something and I saw the Budget Mom and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I'm pretty good at budgeting because in my head I was like, yeah, I got this. I already budget. So, and then I saw the way she did it and I was like, oh, wow, I have a lot to work on. So we really tightened up and tightened up our budget, the way we were spending money. We stopped using credit cards. The first thing we did was pay off our smallest credit card, which was our Kohl's credit card, which I think at the time was either $700 or $900. Paid that off. We paid off our phones, so that's why our phone bill's so low, is because we own our phones now. We're not paying them. And then we started tackling our bigger credit card, which was our Chase credit card. And we owed $7,500. Well, that happened in May. We started tackling this stuff. In June, our AC broke, and if you know anything about living in Arizona, you need an AC, and you will literally die if you don't have an AC. It got to 98 degrees in our house, so we had to get a new AC, so that went on the credit card, and we had a few deaths in the family and stuff like that happened in 2020. It was a rough year in 2020, but we got really, really close to paying off our credit card in around July. And we were $500 away from paying that off, that $7,000 one. And we pretty much maxed it back out, all the way back up to $7,500. So we went from being $23,000 in debt to now $30,000 in debt. We had paid off some, but we had gained more back up. So that's where we kind of landed ourselves, around a little over $30,000 of debt. And in around August, I really wanted to get back on track, tackle this debt, and get it paid off once and for all. So that way we don't owe anyone anything. My only exception is our mortgage because it's literally cheaper than to rent out here. But other than that, I don't want to owe anyone anything. I don't want anyone to ever come take things away from me because I didn't make a payment on it. So we really buckled down. In August, and made a really good plan of okay, if we do this, we can pay this month or this much every month, and we can be debt free by this month. So our goal right now is to be debt free in June of 2021, which it is almost March now. So we have March, April, May, and then June. So 4 months away from being debt free besides our mortgage. We've been killing it, I feel like. I was telling my husband that I'm just really proud of us, and we've come a long way. we are a lot more disciplined now, and we track things, and we're like, is this purchase kind of worth it? You know, we only have this much money set aside for this category. Do we want to really spend it on that? The biggest thing I've cut back on since budgeting since last year in May is food. We spend so much money on groceries and eating out. I've cut that back so much. So for me and my husband, we're the only 2 people in our family here at the house. So we only spend $200 a month on our grocery bill, and we only have $25 set aside for takeout. So really, we eat like takeout once or twice, depending how we spend that money going out to eat, and then $200 for the whole month. So I don't mind it too much. I cook a lot more, and I love it. And it's really fun, but yeah, those are some of the things that you just have to tighten up. You have to learn to say no to going out all the time, especially when you're younger, in your 20s. Everyone wants to go out to eat, go do this, and it's like, so it adds up so fast, and it's not helping me reach any goals that I want. And I want to be debt free, and I want to live my life and have a good savings account and retire early and all this stuff, and going out to eat and doing all these things all the time doesn't really help. So you have to be able to say no to things, because you know in the long run it's going to better you. So yeah, so that's just a little background on me and my husband, and kind of like our debt journey to where we are. So we're 4 months out of being debt free, which, man, if nothing happens in the next 4 months, we can do it. I just hope life doesn't come in the way like it does usually and something breaks. But hey, that's why we have emergency funds. We'll make it through it. But so yeah. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. And again, tell me in the comments if you do pen to paper for your budgeting, or if you're doing spreadsheets like this. I'm leaning a lot more towards this just because I like the fact that I'm not wasting paper, and it can be on me at all times with my phone. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos and content like this. And then you guys can follow me over at Rolling on a Budget on Instagram and on Facebook. See you later, guys.